a taste of lime.
Looking back on your childhood, now you're sad for no real reason. It's the nostalgia game.
Wild cherry.
Wish you could have enjoyed it then.
And it's so good.
Man, it feels like forever since we played the nostalgia game. I'm happy to return to it today. I don't know about you guys, but I miss the days when the word viral referred to something fun on the internet and not a deadly plague. In today's nostalgia game, we are pitting viral videos against each other. I'm going to show you guys some videos, and I want you to tell me which of the two videos has the most views on YouTube. Now, I know a lot of these videos spread in the days before YouTube, so there's really no way to know exactly how many view totals that they have.
Oh,
a lot of
man.
these spread on things like eBombs World, Albino Black Sheep, Break.com,
Are we
Funny or
going
Die, things
back
like
to
that.
the days
We're
of
going back,
E-bombs?
baby.
Of
We're
Internet
going back, baby.
1.0?
Yeah. But I want you guys to tell me which of the two videos pitted against each other has the most views, but we're strictly going off the YouTube numbers, okay? For the first one, we're doing some martial arts. Who could forget this? One of the early
Oh no, I
viral
know, I
videos.
knew it!
Yeah. Star Wars Kid. Robert, have you seen
Yeah,
this?
full Nats, Robert.
I have seen this.
Sweet moves. This came out, I'm sure, after Star Wars Phantom Menace. It's kind of got the dual double-sided lightsaber action going on there. And we're pitting this video against another martial arts classic, a video titled Afro Ninja.
Oh! No, you're not.
Don't worry, he was okay.
Was that?
He
Did we ever
was
find out
okay.
if that was fake? Was Afro Ninja fake?
I don't think it was fake.
You don't think so?
I believe it was real, and the guy
flip
in the
looked
video
very real,
is
actually.
actually a pretty accomplished martial artist, and he did get to do some redemption type things. So I ask you now, which has the most views on YouTube? Is it Star Wars Kid, or is it Afro Ninja?
You know, Bobby, what's sad is I became familiar with these viral sensations, I guess you would call them, through South Park.
Ah, yes.
Yeah. I didn't see the Star Wars guy's actual video. I saw the South Park rendition of it, and that's how I came to me. I would have to say the Star Wars guy has more views because Afro Ninja he didn't appear on South Park, so I would have to say his notoriety was a little lower.
That's actually a pretty good justification for a complete guess, and I'm going to just agree with him because that's the only thing I can think of. And the only other reason is that I know that Star Wars Kid was remixed a million times, and so
That's right.
maybe, I don't know if that had some sort of spillover effect or allowed it to exist in the internet zeitgeist for a bit longer.
Yeah. Well, at least on YouTube, you guys are correct.
Hey!
Star Wars Kid had 36,563,219 views.
There you go.
Afro Ninja had 18,908,467. So
almost
even
half.
then, some pretty big numbers. All right, let's listen to some music, shall we? How about the sweet, sweet sounds of Numa Numa?
I knew you were going to do this! Yes, these days.
Simpler times.
You know what is the trippiest thing about all this is that these were used, and they partially were popular because there was something embarrassing and cringy about them, and it was like, oh, look at these idiots. Because the internet was a kind of, it was a very hateful place, just as it is
was,
now,
of
but in a
course,
different, more bullying way.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, I would hang out with Star Wars Kid and
Yes,
this guy.
This guy's making me feel he's feeling himself, and I love it. It's just awesome.
I was thinking the same thing when I was putting this together. I was like, there's something, what is different is a lot of these viral videos, at least in the early days, these went viral because it was just a bunch of weird goofball people just being themselves. And these days, it's just a bunch of people trying to be viral.
Yeah.
These people didn't put these videos out
No.
to try to be famous. They're just
You're
like,
right.
hey, I'm having fun in my bedroom singing this song I
There's a
like.
sincerity.
And it kind of went crazy.
There's an earnestness.
Yeah.
It feels like that, and it's like that door has shut.
Yeah, now it's everybody's got to
Now it's
kind of put on some
most
sort of
epic Chrissy Teigen takedown and build up? Question mark.
Or conversely, you just have to pay for it now on your
Yeah.
OnlyFans.
Right.
So,
yeah, that's true. To pay for real content on OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Robert, onlyfeet.com/Robert Puente.
There you go. All right, so we're taking Numa Numa and we're pitting it up against this classic from Tay-Zonday.
Oh, his voice, man.
Some rights
some rights
reserved from the Creative Commons license.
Chocolate rain. Some stay dry and others feel the pain. Chocolate rain. A baby born will die before the sin. Chocolate rain.
I
The
move
school
away from
books
the
say
mic
it
to
can't be
breathe in.
here again. Chocolate rain.
Ron, do you remember
some
this?
people
Do you know
here
about this,
need it.
I
Robert?
haven't seen this one yet. I was always amazed with like how deep his voice is.
Yeah. And just so you guys know, this goes on for like another 4.5 minutes.
Yeah.
It's just
Oh, yeah.
that repetition. All right, so I ask you, who's got more views on YouTube? Is it Numa Numa or is it Chocolate Rain?
Go ahead, Andrew.
I think it's Chocolate Rain. Numa Numa, flash in the pan. Chocolate Rain, started a revolution.
Initially, I would have to say Chocolate Rain, but just to play devil's advocate, I'd have to say Numa Numa, just because I actually really liked his vibe when I watched
Okay.
that one. Yeah.
Well, in Numa Numa against Chocolate Rain, the victor is Chocolate Rain.
Chocolate Rain. Yeah, I figured.
Chocolate Rain.
130 million.
Yeah.
130 million views on Chocolate Rain. Just over 50 million for Numa Numa.
Tay-Zonday, very nice dude, super smart. Has been still sort of bouncing around the digital ecosphere. See him every now and then when I used to go to VidCon, and just really made this thing, and made it work for him for a very long time.
See, but when you just said a second ago, that's these old Web 1.0 videos, very sincere, very earnest. Was Chocolate Rain one of them, or was that
Yes.
something that was
Tay-Zonday
calculated?
was not a jokester.
Yeah, that
that wasn't
wasn't-
made for fun, for S's and G's, as they say.
In fact, if you listen to Chocolate Rain, the lyrics, I think a lot of it has to do with like race. It's like it's a commentary on race.
Interesting.
So
Yeah.
not a joke.
Very smart, very thoughtful guy. Tay-Zonday though, still making stuff. And I think the other thing with that, Ron, is that I don't know if he did that today, if it would work.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
All right. I think we know better than most people that sometimes being in front of an audience or speaking in front of a crowd can get you a little tongue-tied sometimes. I know. I mean, certainly struggling through that sentence
Right
on
now,
its own.
yeah. Here's a.
Yeah,
doing great. You're doing
I know.
great.
But who could forget the biggest tongue-tied situation of all time with Teen Miss USA?
Recent polls have shown a fifth of Americans can't locate the U.S. on a world map. Why do you think this is?
Oh no.
I personally believe that U.S. Americans are unable to do so because some people out there in our nation don't have maps, and I believe that our education, like such as in South Africa and the Iraq, everywhere like such as, and I believe that they should, our education over here in the U.S. should help the U.S. Or should help South Africa and should help the Iraq and the Asian countries, so we will be able to build up our future.
Mario Lopez!
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, South Carolina. Bless her. Bless her. Didn't really seem to know what was going on there, and someone who else who had trouble understanding what was going on, of course, is David After Dentist.
Is this real life?
Yeah, this is real life.
Okay, now I have 2 fingers.
Good.
4 fingers.
4 fingers. No, don't put that in. Don't put it in your mouth. Okay. You feel good?
I can't see anything.
Yes, you can. Stay in your seat.
That's what I do every single morning.
how you wake up.
So I feel like in putting this together, this is one of the more recent videos. 2009 that came out.
David
Wow.
After Dentist.
2009.
David, after Dentist, running for president next 2024.
Good. Very good.
Yeah.
So I ask you, is it Miss Teen USA Maps, or is it David After Dentist, who's got the most views on YouTube?
So David After Dentist, again, parodied. It went up later than I think than the Miss USA thing did, such as countries like South Africa and Iraq and thus other ones.
And such as?
But I have to go with David After Dentist. And again, I think it's because his dad really monetized that. They really milked that all the way to another house.
Money to be made here.
Yeah.
Rob, you got a guess?
I would have to say Teen USA. That's a video that I actually searched out and I wanted to watch. Something I actually would type into the search bar, as opposed to David After Dentist. If I came about it.
All right.
I'd
Well, in
find
the
joy in it.
matchup between Miss Teen USA and David After Dentist, the one with the most views is David After Dentist.
Ooh, all right, buddy.
140 million views for David After Dentist, 71 million for Miss Teen USA. Let's put on our dancing shoes and watch this classic. I saw this all over the place. This is The Evolution of Dance.
Oh,
you remember this one?
Yeah.
Evolution of Dance.
Inspirational comedian.
No, did you get to see that? I feel like this one was popular with moms.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and aunts. And we're pitting that up against a sort of different kind of dance. This is Daft Hands. You remember this?
Oh my goodness.
This is like almost like a TikTok thing way before TikTok.
Yeah.
This would be big on TikTok, I think. Pretty cool, and it inspired a bunch of copy. This is kind of like, oh, I'm gonna recreate this on my own type thing, which I thought was kind of fun.
Yeah, and it reminds me of when I remember seeing it as a kid, being like, wow, I can't believe somebody has all the time to do that. And now looking at the jewelry and the bracelet makes me realize there was probably some sort of substance involved that allowed that person, because that's one of those things where, especially during this time in the late 2000s, leading up to, at the end of the EDM era, whenever that was, where I think that this was not a thing that you were doing sober. I'll say that much.
Yeah,
makes more sense to me now. As a kid, I thought. As a kid, I thought, wow, that's really cool.
Somebody just really liked that song.
Nah, somebody listened to a lot of Avicii that night. A little David Guetta.
I've never seen either of those videos, guys.
Really? You know
either
one?
of them. And I was really impressed with the hand one. The dancing guy was...
So which one do you think has more views on YouTube, Rob? Evolution of Dance or Daft Hands?
I'd have to say the hands, dude. That was a little more...
Daft Hands also. And I think it's owing a little bit to the song.
All right. Well, in that matchup, the one with the most views is actually The Evolution of Dance.
Wow.
309 million plus for Evolution of Dance. Only 73 million for Daft Hands. And I wonder if that's because, again, I don't know if Daft Hands really spread on YouTube. It might have been
definitely spread
somewhere else, yeah. But Evolution of Dance. And now we're going to cartoon it up. Let's take a look at some classic cartoons. Our very own Top Banana, Peanut Butter Jelly Time.
It's peanut butter jelly time.
I'm so sorry to do this to you.
Oh my god. Well, now this is
now that'll be in your head for 8 years.
It just
Robert brought it down.
Dislodged Olivia Rodrigo's Deja Vu though. Which has been stuck there for 3 weeks.
I feel like this was a kind of like what was this, like maybe like Newgrounds E-bombs? Where did this
Newgrounds. Do you remember
Albino Black Sheep?
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, I think maybe
and then
Albino
certain areas of like Chan boards, before they got weirdly alt-right, or at least before I was aware that they were weirdly alt-right, but like 4chan before it was like a terrible hate place, was like also a place where people would post like goofy videos like that.
Yeah. that GIF still around, pretty popular. The dancing banana.
You are an idiot.
Yeah.
Ha 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 ha. That was like the first, even before that.
Well, that didn't make it into the game, but I definitely love that one. But another cartoon that you might remember, of course, this one about a peculiar little animal.
All this stuff makes a lot more sense when you think about how tardy drugs really took off during this era. I mean that. I don't mean that in like a flippant or like, ooh, drugs. I mean that it makes sense that this is like.
I love this. I've never seen this
sort
one
of
either before.
Rhythmic. It's almost Homestar Runner-esque.
Yeah. I think you're right, though. And like everybody was learning how to make Flash cartoons. Everything like that.
The future of Macromedia looked so bright then. If only they knew.
I know.
So Peanut Butter Jelly was adopted by Family Guy? That they had like took that from the internet and took it into their show?
I hate to break it to you, but I think a lot of the jokes in Family Guy are from the internet.
A lot of them are like referential to other things that happened.
Well, the Peanut Butter Jelly, that's not even referential. That's like a complete...
One for
Brian
one?
put on a banana suit and he started dancing. So
that's what it is, Rob.
Wow. I would have to say, just because of that fact, Peanut Butter Jelly would have more views. I've never seen Badger, but I personally love that a lot more than Peanut Butter Jelly. I really enjoyed that a lot. So thank you for introducing me to that, Bobby.
Sure.
It's time for me to go.
We're gonna go on a deep dive.
Yeah.
Let me send you. While you think about this, or while I think about this, I'll say it was probably Peanut Butter Jelly time, but I'm going to send you a link to The End of the World.
Oh yeah, I almost put that in.
And what's the other one that was so big was the For the Love of God and All That Is Holy, Rejected Cartoons.
Oh, I don't remember that one. I'll have to look at that one. So you say Peanut Butter Jelly?
Yes, I say Peanut Butter Jelly.
Peanut Butter Jelly is correct. 152 million. Badgers 29 million. And we have one more for you really quick before we head into the break. This is a classic song by probably the greatest pop star of all time, Kelly.
Ron. You know this?
No.
Oh, this is so good.
Shoes. 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 Oh my god, shoes.
Oh, this is really good.
Let's get some shoes. Let's get some shoes. Let's get some shoes. Let's get some shoes. Shoes.
It's impossible. It's weird to me that this isn't Fred Armisen.
I know, right?
You know. Oh no, keep it going.
These shoes rule. These shoes suck. These shoes rule. These shoes suck.
Pretty dramatic. And so we're pitting up Shoes against another dramatic video. Of course, Dramatic Look. You've seen this everywhere. Simple, short, simple, to the point, yet iconic. So I ask you, which has more views on YouTube? Is it Shoes by Kelly, or is it Dramatic Look?
Going with Kelly and Shoes.
I've seen Badger in so many other places besides its natural place where it was birthed. I've never seen Kelly in any other place, so I'd have to say Badger.
You're going for the Dramatic Look gopher thing. All right, Dramatic Look, 42 million on YouTube. Kelly, Shoes, 68 million. It is Shoes by Kelly. So that has the most views. And that's the nostalgia game for today. Nice little trip down internet memory lane.
So much production value on Shoes.
Right? So much. We can do that.
I thought it was so lo-fi. I looked at that and I was like, oh my, no, I'm serious. Like there was a lot of setups and a lot of people involved in that. There were a lot of different shots. There was like at least a couple of stores.
They had to get a store.
They had a lot of props.
Yeah.
They had they had a bunch of specials. Like we're walking with the cool, they had to edit. It's a lot. It's pretty impressive stuff. All right.
Yeah, there you go.
There you have it. Bobby, thank you as always, Mr. Nostalgia.
You're welcome.
Letting us remember the past so we don't have to face the future. We're going to reset for the 5 o'clock. We'll be right back. More 5 Live right ahead.